Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are we today? I wanted to come at you with a super quick, super easy tutorial on this eye look right here. So I was sitting kind of getting ready for work the other day. I was in a little bit of a hurry, but I thought I need to do it a little bit of a beat. So I was just kind of playing it out. It's a whole new shape for me and I actually became obsessed with how this turned out. So as you can see, it's a super kind of winged out cat eye shape. Yes, I get it, it's warm, nude and brown. Dry your eyes, I really don't care. I'm happy with the look and that's the most important thing. So yeah, I was just kind of sitting, chilling, doing my makeup and this kind of happened and I actually tried to recreate it and I don't think I've got it quite like how I did the first day, but that is just kind of what happens. But yeah, I really like it anyway. If you're not already following me, then please make sure today is the day you hit subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss any future uploads from me. And yeah, if you want to see how this look comes together, then just keep watching. Okay, so we're going to just start off using the P. Louise base in the shade 02. And I'm going to just take that all over my lid just so I can get a really nice blank canvas. You could keep it like a darker base if you wanted to, but I picked this one up, so I'm going to just use it. I'm going to start off, this eye look is all about super easy but really effective makeup look. So I'm going to actually start off by taking a bronzer and I'm going to just use that through my crease. I'm going to use a bigger brush. I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty Island Ting bronzer. I'm going to just stamp that in my crease and just kind of warm that up a little bit. So the reason that I actually first did this look was because I was in a little bit of a hurry for work and I was just going to do a quick bit of bronzer over my crease and then some mascara and lashes. However, I have started to realise that as much as I love that bronzer window wiper through the crease look, my eyes are of the shape where I need some sort of definition on the outside, so that is where this kind of look came together. So we're just using this to kind of push the bronzer in and connect it in against our like nose contour and stuff, so you're kind of contouring your eye socket just now. Doing that will give you a really nice base so that you're wanting to go in and do a super snatched up like fox eye look like what we're going to do today. You've got that nice blend going into all your skin makeup, like your bronzer and your contour, so everything looks super seamless. This is the look you want to do if you want to feel like a bad beep 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 beep. So then I'm actually going to just dip into this little palette here of some of my favourite singles. I'm not going to show you guys this in too much depth because I'm still kind of building this, but it's basically going to be like our everyday go-to palette of all my favourite eyeshadows that I can kind of take and go with me, or just if I'm ever stuck for what to do with makeup, I'll have everything here. So it's going to be kind of colours and neutrals and that kind of vibe. I've been depotting, I've been buying singles, so I'll show you guys that when it's fully done. But I'm going to take a Colourpop single shadow in the shade Good Thing. So it's this one right here. I'm going to take this one here is a Colourpop single shadow and it's called Good Thing and it's a nice brown. A slight bit of warmth to it, but you're not going to see it being overly warm in this. It's more of a kind of base. The overall look is much more neutral, which is why it was so different for me. So we're going to just start kind of pressing that on the outer corner and wiggling it through. You'll notice here that I'm actually using my brush on its side quite a lot to kind of deposit the colour down and flick outwards because you're going for that really kind of cat eye-ish look. So you want everything to kind of be focused on coming out, which is kind of hard for me to train myself because I'm so used to doing like window wiper into the crease. It's a whole new shape, but I really like it. You're just always wanting to, when you get to the edge of your eye, start to push the colour out up towards the temples, and that's what's going to give it that really nice kind of snatched shape, which is what we're all about here today, of course. You'll notice this colour, even though in the pan it looks like a super warm brown, as it blends out is a lot more neutral, which is why I really like it. And then I'm going to dip into this super nice chocolatey brown right here. This one here is called Feathered and that's also by Colourpop, so it's a really nice kind of chocolatey plummy brown but super rich, which is why I really liked it. Now this is the trick. So what I'm going to do is almost take my brush on its side, can you see? And pull down as if I was doing a winged liner, but then take it further out like so. So it's going to look really weird because you've done a kind of winged shadow. And then you're going to kind of connect that out here and you're just drawing a triangle. Now you'll see that looks super weird, but do not worry. You're going to take your previous brush with some no extra product, just whatever was left, and you're going to just window wipe out the edges to kind of smoke that out. So rather than me, normally I would be doing my outer corner like starting about here on the end of my lid, I'm actually starting it here now, and that's what's going to give it that more kind of pulled out shape. Right, so you're wanting for the inner eye here like a really pale matte kind of bone shadow. I actually don't have one to hand, so I'm going to just go into my contour palette here and I'm going to take like and then we're kind of yellow toned under eye setting powder. This is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess palette, which I really like for contouring with. And all we're going to do with that on a big flat brush is just really kind of stamp that all over the inner corner of the eyelid. So get that nice and light. But you're not wanting to kind of carve out the crease, which is something I've just done because it's habit. So again, take your fluffier brush and just kind of window wipe that out, because the whole point of this look is it's to look super like really seamless and really blended. All about pulling it out. You see how I'm just constantly using my brow bone as like a gauge to kind of flick it up, and then that's going to give you that really nice kind of seamless blend. It's super like smoky, but in a nice way, I think. And then again, I'm going in with this is a Jessup brush, the Luxe Petite Crease. It's like a bigger bullet brush, like really tapered though. And we're going to take a little bit more of that darker brown shade again. And we're going to just go in and intensify that again. Just to get that outer V looking super snatched. Like, I think this shape is going to be like my new kind of favourite shape for doing my eye makeup with. So you just kind of go over the edges and just really get that outer V looking super snatched. And you'll see how it gives your eyes that really nice lift. And then I'm going to go into the black shadow, which is Colourpop again, called Let's Do It. And we're going to just stamp that in the outer corner, in the same space as we did the darker brown. And then once you've got that, you're going to take your fluffy brush again, with no extra colour, just whatever was left from before, and start to diffuse that. And you're wanting to diffuse the black like up into the crease, but not in the way, just more in the outer perimeter. And then just kind of getting it really feathered out, so that there's no harsh lines. And then a really important tip for me, and what I think is really important is just to make sure you're getting a really seamless blend, is take your previous two brown shades that you use and just take them in between the black and the nude lids, just to feather that in a little bit and give the black a little bit more of a blend. Because don't worry, you can always go back in and re-intensify the black, which is what I like to do. So I'll take a little bit more of the black shadow. And remember, at no point are you bringing that in. You're keeping everything really focused to that outer corner, just to really give it that really nice smoked out finish. So like I said, it's almost like a winged shadow, but not quite. And it looks a bit winged and nuts at the moment. However, I'm going to add some lower lash in a bit, and then that will really kind of balance everything out. So next up, we're going to take some liner. I'm going to take the NYX Matte Black liner, which is obviously my favourite. And the kind of plan is what we're going to do is take the liner from... You're not going to have the liner coming all the way into the inner corner. You want it to just kind of start where your lashes start and go from thin to thick. Say for me, because I hate doing liner on camera, you guys know. My tip with this is always to just make sure you've got barely any product on the little wand. And I don't like to start there first. I like to start at about the pupil and then slowly feather it forwards. And that's just going to give me maximum control on the shape that I'm building right here. And you'll see how doing that just gives your eyes that really nice kind of snatched look. Don't worry if you don't get your liner to match perfectly anyway, because you can go in and smoke it out. I quite like to do a more smoky liner anyway. So what I'll take is, I'll take a little bullet brush, and I'm just going to go over the edges anyway in black, just to make sure that it's really nicely blended. And then slowly kind of feather that over the edge of the thing. And you'll see how we're starting to get that really nice kind of smoky liner. What I've noticed is I want my crease to be a little bit more defined and smoked out, so I'm going to take a little bit more of that first shadow, the really nice warm brown, and I'm going to just use that just to kind of really build up the outer corner a little bit more, and just really get that nice and high, because the higher this looks, the lower the other side will look. Yeah. Yep, that's nice. Okay, so smoky liner is looking popping. What we're going to do now is the lower lashes. You guys know I hate to film the lower lashes on camera, but today we will. Obviously you guys should know by now my trick to the ultimate smoked out lower lash line is always to use a cream base first. So I always really recommend using an eye pencil first before you do the shadow. Why, you might ask? Because it's going to give your eyes a little bit of a base. So it's going to be like a tacky, sticky, creamy base for the shadow to really grip onto, so you're going to get that really nice smoky lower lash line, but you're going to also not be building up lots of shadow, getting fallout and ruining your base makeup, and also it's going to stay on a whole lot longer as well. So I'm going to go in with my lower lash line. I'm going to take the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Whiskey. Favourite brown pencil, you know that I love that. I am going to go with black on my waterline as well, but I like to always start off with a brown just so that I've got a really nice intense creamy base rather than trying to blend out a black shadow and it going like too mucky, too quick. The brown's like your transition pencil, think of it that way. So we're just really focusing that pencil in our lower lash line, getting it nice and smoky as you can see. And then once we've got that nice and smoky, I'm going to go in again with my little pencil blender brush. And we're going to take that initial brown transition shade and just use that to start smoking the pencil out. So when you're doing this, you want to push everything upwards. So you want to start smoking out the outer corner of the pencil this time. And just make sure that's really connected into the upper corner. And you'll see that gives your eyes again that really super cute lifted look, what we're going for. And then I always take my big brush again, as you know. And I just like to blend the outer corner up, up, up. So pulling away from the lower lash line shadow upwards. And that's really going to help you get that really nice kind of winged out shape. So to intensify the waterline, I'm going to take some of my Urban Decay Perversion 24/7 Glide On pencil because it's super black, super creamy and super smoky. And I'm going to just give that a sharpen, of course, which I should have done before I filmed, but I'm not that good. So we're going to just take that right in the lower lash line and just really smoke that out. You'll see how this is a really quick, easy glam to do. You'll be really surprised at how quick you can do it. But I always like to make sure that I'm not losing track of that initial kind of brown blending colour. And then you'll see how like that is literally everything's kind of pulling upwards because we've kept most of the smokiness on the both top and bottom lid on the kind of outer corner. That's going to create that illusion that everything's kind of coming out the way a little bit more and making everything look a little bit more snatched. You want to make sure that your initial colours are still quite prominent. So I'm just going over the transition colour just over the edges of my blend, just so you can still see that nice kind of brown coming through, so that the eye doesn't look super like cool toned. I mean, it might be nice and cool toned, but it's just not really the vibe that I'm going for today. I am still a warm brown basic bitch, and I'm not going to apologise. I want to just make the black super black on the outer corner, so I'm going to just go in and re-intensify that now. This is the key to getting that shape looking super smoky. So use the brush on its side and just slowly kind of work the shadow. Don't go too heavy handed too fast. And kind of create that outer corner shape that you want to create. A really good trick to make sure you're getting that really nice elongated shape is taking your powder brush with no extra powder and just kind of pushing up over the edges. And you'll see how doing that, it doesn't move the shadow, but it just kind of creates a kind of, I might be doing nothing, I might be imagining it, but I like it. I'm going to take a nice kind of pearlescent shadow because I want it to be super popping. And we're going to just really get that inner eye nice and highlighted. Now that we're getting that really nice kind of elongated look to the eyes, what would be next but then a lash? So I'm going to jump off camera and put on these lashes. These are from Primark. They are the 3D Iconic Eyelashes. These lashes are bomb and they are literally £2. What I did with these before, I've actually got a pair that I've already worn just for easiness, as I actually cut about a quarter of them off, so it's like a 3/4 lash. You see it's nice and thin to thick, so we'll have that kind of no lash here going out to a bigger lash in the outer corner, just so that everything still has that really nice kind of snatched, winged, pulled out look. Not as much height here and more height here. It just makes everything look super lifted, which is great when you've got hooded eyes like me and you want to go for that kind of really foxy cat eye look. So I'm going to do this other eye off camera, pop on some lashes, and I'll meet you back here. Maybe we'll pop on a little lip or something. Okay guys, lashes are on. What do we think of the finished look? It's looking super cute. I put on a random nude lip combo, so I put on Urban Decay liner lip pencil, Doll Beauty C'est La Vie lipstick, my favourite kind of nude combo when I want a matte look. However, I think I maybe got a bit too much matte going on, so I've got this new gloss from Doll Beauty in the shade Insta Famous. They sent this to me and I was buzzing, so I'm going to put this on top because it's just going to give the lips like such a nice like sheen, you see. It's got a bit of coverage to it, and it's a little bit lighter than the lipstick. But I just think like when you add a little bit of a like this, it just looks like so cute. So overall, that is the finished look. I am super obsessed. What do you guys think? You see how this really does lift my hooded AF eyes and give them more of that kind of cat-like shape. I really feel like keeping all the shadow in the outer corner that's more dark and smoky is keeping everything really open. So yeah, I really like it. I think I might try it in other colours too. If you guys like this look today, then please give it a big thumbs up. Hit me up in the comments if you're going to recreate this at home. Let me know what other looks you want me to see me do. If you haven't already, hit me on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.